Hi everyone, this is Tushar Namnan from 99 Workouts. As you are aware that after every 7 episodes we have the star of the month, and this time I'm going to feature someone. Just wait and watch, because it'll be too early if I start disclosing everything. You have to just follow me, because there's so much to know, so much to understand, and you will exactly support me in the cause when I say that he is surely the star of the month. So please follow me, and I'm going to introduce you to someone very, very special today who has come down from UK. That's Mr. Nick Orton, CEO of BODYPOWER. We need to talk lots about BODYPOWER, and this is a very candid chat. And thank you, Mr. Nick, for taking out time and being on 99 Workouts. I'll just join you. So, Mr. Nick, you keep coming to India, and what brings you here every time?
Well, right now, sun. Because the UK is quite cold at the moment. But I mean, I've been coming here for 8 years. So it's been an amazing journey. I love the country actually.
Right.
And you'll hear me refer to myself as half Indian a lot of the time. And I'm here so often. But I keep coming because business for me here is really good. Potential is really good. But I suppose mostly I just love the fact that the response that I've had to BODYPOWER has been amazing. So even though BODYPOWER operates in so many countries, I choose to spend most of my time between the UK and India.
Okay. Was your first visit as a tourist or something, or did you have a vision of setting up in India?
No, actually, my background is in the pharmaceutical industry. So just remove that spider. Yes, in the pharmaceutical industry, and I was a young guy, and I really got on well with Indian doctors and pharmacists who I used to call on as a sales guy. And in my head, I always knew that one day I'd do business in India. And so I had sold my previous business. I started BODYPOWER, and a couple of years after starting BODYPOWER in the UK, and it had gone really well, I decided that I'd come over to India. So I came over, I went to an exhibition venue, the Bombay Exhibition Centre, and hired a hall, and the rest is history, really.
Mr. Nick Orton पहली बार इंडिया आए, उनका काफ़ी बिजनेस था. He used to deal with a lot of Indians with pharmaceutical background before, and he happened to visit one of the exhibitions in India. और उन्होंने जब exhibition देखा तो उन्हें लगा कि BODYPOWER का potential काफ़ी है इंडिया के लिए. So he came out with a very massive fitness exposition. It was one of its kinds. So tell us something about it, because I believe in 2011 you had the largest fitness expo which India ever witnessed.
Yeah, so prior to me coming, I obviously looked at that exhibition centre. I spent a bit of time doing the research, of course. And what I realised was that actually the exhibitions that had been done were not of the standard that I was used to producing. And I aim to, I'm think big. I wrote a book called Think Big.
Right.
So I really think big. I want everything to be on a grand scale. And so I knew that I could do an expo that blew everything else away.
Right.
Actually, there weren't fitness expos here. There was no consumer fitness expo in India.
Right.
So we did the first fitness expo, but we didn't do it as people might have expected, which was fairly low rent.
Right.
So it was, they weren't a fantastic international style exhibition. That's what I did.
Right.
I put a lot of money into it to make sure that it was of a style and a quality that I would be proud of.
Mr. Nick खुद ऑथर भी है, इन्होंने किताब लिखा है थिंक बिग. ये बहुत आगे की सोचते हैं, बहुत इनोवेटिव इवेंट्स प्रोग्राम्स, इनका हमेशा कुछ नया नया इनोवेशन रहता है. सो मिस्टर निक, टेल मी समथिंग, हाउ हैव यू सीन the growth pattern in India? You've been here for a long time, you visit every year multiple times. So how do you see the growth, especially in the sports
it's
fitness?
amazing. The fitness market now it's unrecognisable, frankly, and it's been really good to see, and also been great that we've been part of that change and been a catalyst for change in many ways. And it's an interesting country in that it's like it used to be 20 years behind the West in terms of fitness. But the thing is, with India, it wants to get better. Genuinely, people in India want to improve, and I noticed that really early on. I trained with a lot of the Bollywood actors, and what I was struck by those guys is that most of them are really happy to use their fame to help Indians, which is amazing. Actually, it doesn't happen in other parts of the world, and so that has been very powerful for Indians because their heroes have got fit. Obviously, we're responsible for transforming quite a number of those people physically, and I think that's been a real catalyst for change. So now you see gyms on every street corner. People now have fitness as part of their everyday lifestyle, which is brilliant. Still a long way to go, but whereas it used to be 20 years behind the West, India's caught up so fast. It's still behind in some respects, but actually it's taken over in others.
Right.
And I'll give you a great example because you were with me yesterday at Fit Fashion Expo, and the physiques were world class.
Right.
And that's from Nagpur, which is central India, officially a tier 2 city. So not one of the biggest cities in India, and yet they have world class athletes,
Right.
which never happened even 5 years ago.
As you know that we are featuring Mr. Nick Orton as the star of the month, we would surely like to know how did Mr. Nick start his workout, and how much time does he get for his personal workout, which is very important.
Well, you've asked me at a really bad time because actually I'm probably in the worst shape of my life. I mean, I have a gym at home, and obviously I've got a chain of gyms, but I have no excuse at all to not be in the gym on a daily basis, and I really enjoy working out. But the one thing that's really difficult to manage when I travel so often,
Right.
that it does interfere with my schedule. I'm more at the moment into my running training because I do ultra runs. So I've just signed up for my next 100-kilometre run. So I'll be training hard for that. And that's a completely different style of training. So I have to do 20 to 30, 40k training runs.
Right.
So I'll be really ramping that up. And for that, obviously, I need to drop some body fat and just build up stamina for that sort of run.
मिस्टर निक ये बोलना चाहते हैं कि ये मैराथन और लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस रनिंग में बहुत ही विश्वास रखते हैं, उनका फेवरेट स्पोर्ट भी है. ही डज लॉट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग फॉर लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस रनिंग. So Mr. Nick, tell me something, which was one of your toughest challenge in terms of one of the marathons which you have done? Any particular marathon which you found it really tough?
Yeah, well, I did. In fact, it's the last 100k race that I did.
Okay.
It was really tough, only because I didn't do my research properly.
Okay.
I mean, I was one of. I mean, I obviously finished it. There was a team from BODYPOWER that did it. Actually, only 2 of us finished it. So really tough. The main challenge was the terrain, and it just so happened that on that day, it was in the UK, and it was 30-degree temperature, which we have very, very rarely in the UK. We obviously used to it here in India, but so I wasn't really prepared for that temperature or the terrain. And that was tough. In fact, so tough I lost all the toenails on my feet. Because when you're doing ultra long distances, you do get really tight and you do tend to drag your feet. The problem for me on that particular race was it was really rocky. I kept kicking rocks,
Right.
but I wasn't going to stop running but my feet were a real mess, and I lost all the nails on them. It's pretty gross, actually.
So you can see how tough these couple of these marathons are, which was organized by BODYPOWER. So let's ask Mr. Nick, do you intend to do something similar in India?
No,
like
I'd love
event?
to. I really want to. In fact, we've got, so we do a whole range of events. So we do Fit Factory, which is our fitness modelling shows, Mr. BODYPOWER bodybuilding, various other bodybuilding events. We do our athlete auditions. We do Beachbody, which has been a phenomenal success. We've done 2 so far, Goa and Juhu Beach in Mumbai. We'll do some more of those, but we're just about to launch a new concept which is called Mountain Power. And so that is geared for areas that don't have beaches, basically. So we'll be launching that next year, and that's going to be a completely different sort of fitness event with different challenges. So I can't wait for that, and I want to get a running element into it. At some point we'll definitely do a marathon, but for me I want to do a long distance, because actually and usually in India, like, a marathon could mean any distance.
Right.
Outside of India, certainly in the West, a marathon is 25 miles.
Okay.
I like long distance running, so yes, I think we'll do a marathon, but it will be it'll be something tough. Yeah.
So guys, we had a breaking news on 99 workouts after a lot of different shows from BODYPOWER. One of the most successful shows which happened recently, the Beachbody in Mumbai and Goa. Now in the coming year, Mr. Nick has also announced something called Mountain Power, which will have a lot of new audience, people who love the mountains. There's something for people who love the beach side, and now something for people who love hilly terrain and things like that. So we have to look forward for this event which will be coming in 2020. Mr. Nick, before we wind up, I'm sure because you're traveling, you're so busy all the time. What will be your message for 2020 for people of India in terms of health and fitness? What would you like to say?
The overall philosophy of BODYPOWER, and what we're aiming to do, is to inspire 1 billion people.
Wow.
So everything that I do, everything that I plan is geared towards inspiring more people.
Right.
And 2020 will be no different, so I'll continue with that plan. Every event that we do will be geared to inspire as many people as possible. My message is simple, that actually try and be as fit and healthy as possible, and use that to inspire other people around you.
Right. So simple and straight. 2020 is coming. Mr. Nick's message, of course, being totally into fitness, sports and health. BODYPOWER is getting very popular day by day. It's coming into different genres. You have the beach body, you have the fitness model, physique model, we have gyms, cafes, and it's just going leaps and bounds. And I'm sure by 2020 you'll have a lot more announcements coming in. And well, thank you, Mr. Nick, for your wonderful time. It was just, I caught you by chance. And please keep watching 99 Workouts. We'll have more sessions with Mr. Nick Orton, I hope, during the subsequent visits. And wish you all the best. And keep watching 99 Workouts. We'll have a special guest coming in the next episode as well. Thank you so much.